For Tower 2, you can either go left or right. Lately I've been going left because it seems faster. Take damage from this jelly or bounce on him. Go here, swing your shovel so you don't break. Jump and break that, but don't do a full jump or else you will hit the spikes. Get to the edge, jump, pogo, pogo, pogo. Get up here, take damage to ensure you stay up here. If the archer goes anywhere up in this area, you have to kill him. If he goes on and falls on one of these moving platforms, just leave him be, because then he can't hit you. This rat, if you go too early, he will knock you perfectly in between this gap right here. And you'll fall into the lava and die. For the slime room, you will be taking some damage. Damage boost right. Break this. Get here, wait until the fire goes away. Ideally these slimes won't be fired. I like to wait though to let this one live, so that I can pogo him up here to safety. You can either pogo that slime, I'm gonna die just so I can show this off, but you can either pogo the slime twice and then break the block, or, as I'm gonna try to do, you can delay your pogo and it will actually go through the slime and break the block at the same time. You can get up there on top of the snow blocks, but it's so rare, so don't try and go for it consistently. But if you do get up there, then congrats, it's free. And if that does happen, keep in mind that the slime can jump again while the block is still solid. It will also just fall, and you can get hit on screen transition, and then you'll enter this screen and take damage, which wastes time. So try and be on the right side of this gap, just to avoid the slime at all costs, and then pogo these guys. If you need extra health, it's right here. Jump off this corner. Again, this platform. Do a couple jump cancel movements with it, and then do one full one to get it to this spot. Hit it down 3 times, and as soon as it lands, you should do a jump canceled one, and then jump and take damage from the archer. That gets you through there as quickly as possible. Let it raise, or rise, and then hit it into the Jawa. Sometimes it won't, sometimes it will. Again, you just have to react. But after you learn that room, it gets easy. Jump when you reach the chain. Never jump off of this ladder, because if you fall off of it, you die. Right here you have to wait at one of these spots for the fire cycle, so just pick one and wait there. I like to line myself up like just beyond the edge of this moving platform, so that then it just moves me into place for the right jump. If you're too close to the edge, it will just ram you into the spikes. In this room, every room in the game really, the blocks aren't solid until they appear on screen, so as you can see I'm actually inside one. But if you just keep jumping at the right time, you'll get above them, like this, before they spawn, and it's just like a fast, safe way to get through the room. But you don't have to do it, you can just do the room as intended, it's just kind of an extra cool thing you can show off. In this last part though, it is nice to do it because it gets you up to this point to get this hidden health over on the left at the right time. And the reason I grab that health is because, as you can see, sometimes these ones aren't health. And now I'm going to pause when Boss Rush starts to explain some things. Things to keep in mind about Boss Rush. The order is mostly random. You will always get Polar Knight in the first 3. There are certain orders you don't want. Ideally you would get Mole Knight last, because the Mole Knight fight is actually just reversed from what it normally is, but he still does the same things. But the point is, if you get the quick kill, you end up on the right side of the screen. And then if you get Plague, King, or Propeller, that's bad, because Plague Knight will spawn on the right of Shovel Knight and jump to the left side of the screen, and you will waste time not hitting him, because he's so far away. King Knight jumps toward the left part of the screen, like right in front of where Mole Knight sits, and thus you waste time by not being able to hurt him as soon as possible. Propeller Knight will always fly next to the food platter, and if you're all the way on the right side of the screen, you can't set up the quick kill. But Polar Knight's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, turn around, and 4. Ideally you can get 6 right there. And remember, he will run to the opposite, or whichever corner he is furthest from. Take damage to live on the spikes, and then just jump cancel as many attacks as you can. For Spectre, you want to kill him in the top corners, because you can reflect him a lot sooner. Keep in mind that the rhythm for reflecting him in the boss rush is much faster than it is in his normal fight. But you can get up to 10 hits this way in the corner if you do it right. And then if he's on the ground, unfortunately you can't jump cancel, but you can do that. I got pretty much a perfect Spectre fight in my SGDQ run. So, Plague behaves almost the same way. It's only subtly different in that he jumps more often. I like to just try and get 2 or 3 hits in, and then move to wherever I think he's going to be, and obviously reflect his potions when you can. You can reflect pretty much every potion he throws. It's just hard to reflect some over others. But it's just about knowing how he's going to move and where you need to move. For Tinker Knight, you can just pogo him at this start. I like to just hit him and open the food anyway, because I don't really need the food. But the fight operates pretty much the same way. I think I mentioned already that this room is technically slightly smaller than all the other boss rooms. It also has no ceiling. I'll explain why that's a problem later. So as you can see, I have to kind of loop around this fire to not get hit by it. Ideally, he would only fire 1 shoulder missile. And I'm going to stop and show the loop again, just so you can see it. But, yeah. Just something that takes practice. Oh, something else. Always try and align yourself with this chain that's in the middle of the screen. Get as close to it as possible. And ideally be on the left of it, simply because we are used to starting bosses from the left. That's the only reason. Okay, because there's no ceiling in this room, you can't get the quick kill on King Knight, as you can see. However, you can still use the same mechanics. It's just slightly slower than normal. But if you do basically the same thing with swing on the ground, jump, swing, pogo, you'll be just fine. For the same reason, you can't rapid pogo kill treasure at the top of the screen. You can jump up and hit him once. If you hit him as he's ascending, he will actually be lower on the screen, at least if you hit him with a charge slash. I don't know if it works for a regular hit, because, again, I've never gotten it to work. I've only gotten the charge slash to work. You don't have to pogo him in that state. I just did it to show off that that's what you should do if you get there. So I got the order I don't want, which is Mole then Propeller. So instead, when I kill Mole, I want to make sure that I'm jumping. I'm walking as far left as possible, and then jumping at the last second to get over here as close as possible. Something else to note about Propeller. In this fight, he will not fly away, at least not as soon. So you can actually kill him while he's on the ground using the jump cancel turn around method. Something else to note is that if there is a food platter on the screen when you're fighting him, you want to jump at the start of the fight to ensure that you actually attack Propeller. Otherwise, there is a chance that you will instead dig up the food platter and not attack him. I should have shown off the backup strats. I might just upload